Our top story tonight is about the Indian Navy. It has once again proven to be the first responder in the Indian Ocean region. The Indian Navy has achieved what no other navy even dared to attempt. This weekend, the Indian Navy rescued a hijacked commercial ship, MV Ruen. It was a daring operation at sea. There was exchange of heavy gunfire. The operation lasted 40 hours, and by the end of it, the Indian Navy freed 17 sailors. It also took into custody 35 Somali pirates. All of this was happening some 2,600 kilometers from the Indian coast. The question is, where were the other navies? Were they also afraid? We are starting off with a quick flashback. On the 14th of December 2023, Malta-flagged MV Ruen was sailing in the Arabian Sea. It was carrying cargo worth over $1 million. It was mainly metals from South Korea. MV Ruen was hijacked near the Yemeni island of Socotra. Somali pirates took control of the ship, moved it towards Somalia, and eventually turned Ruen into a mother pirate ship. No one could tell for sure what happened with the ship in the 3 months that followed. Now, cut to the 15th of March. The Indian Navy tracked down the location of Ruen. INS Kolkata was tasked with intercepting this very ship. The Navy destroyer was backed by patrol vessel INS Subhadra. A P-81 long-range maritime patrol aircraft was also deployed. So were high-altitude drones. Ruen was sailing some 260 nautical miles east of Somalia. INS Kolkata intercepted it. The Indian Navy flew a drone over the pirate ship to gauge the situation on board, and they found that there were armed pirates on the vessel. Things suddenly got uglier. The Somali pirates shot down the drone. They also fired at INS Kolkata. And what happened then? India followed international law. Indian troops disabled Ruen's steering system, also hit the ship's navigational aids. Ruen could not sail anymore. It had to stop. INS Kolkata then positioned itself close to Ruen. Then began long hours of forceful negotiations. And the next morning, INS Subhadra was deployed in the area. The Indian Air Force joined in as well. An IAF C-17 Globemaster III aircraft airdropped 2 combat rubberized raiding craft, what's called CRRC. It also airdropped Marine commandos to the region. Take a look. These are Navy MARCOS being airdropped in the Arabian Sea. Now remember, all of this was happening some 2,600 kilometers off the Indian coast. The pirate ship was kept under surveillance by high-altitude, long-endurance unmanned aerial vehicle and P-81 maritime reconnaissance aircraft. The operation lasted 40 hours. At one point, the pirates were using MV Ruen's crew as human shields. We have a video here. When the vessel was captured by the pirates, there were 7 Bulgarian crew on board, 9 Myanmar nationals and 1 Angolan national. All of them have now been freed. The Indian Navy has been able to evacuate all 17 original crew members of MV Ruen. They were freed from the pirates without any injury, and the Indian Navy also managed to get all 35 Somali pirates on board the vessel to surrender. They are being brought to India. Some of you may be wondering why. You see, the usual practice in anti-piracy operations is to set the pirates adrift. This, of course, is after disarming them and also ensuring that the pirates don't pose a threat to other vessels. But here, the pirates aboard Ruen fired at the Indian Navy, and this changes the situation. And so they are being brought to India and they will be prosecuted under Indian laws. Let's just talk about the bigger picture here. Some of the questions here may sting. You see, the hijacking of MV Ruen highlighted the dual threat commercial vessels were facing in the high seas. The Houthis, also the Somali terror. MV Ruen was hijacked 3 months back. It was the first time since 2017 that Somali pirates had boarded a commercial vessel and hijacked it. What did the navies around the world do in response? The United States is leading a naval alliance in the Red Sea, Operation Prosperity Guardian, in case you forgot. Did this alliance do anything to try and free the crew of MV Ruen? Like most operations so far in the Arabian Sea, it was the Indian Navy that dared to fight the pirates and free the innocent sailors. India used minimal force to neutralize the threat to commercial shipping. India deployed its navy, its air force. It abided by international law, conducted a 40-hour-long operation some 2,600 kilometers from the Indian coast with no vested interests whatsoever. You see, this is India's commitment to peace, its commitment to maritime security, anti-piracy. The owner of the ship hailed the operation and Ruen's release as a quote, "This operation has displayed the prowess of the Indian Navy. Major success not only for us, but for the entire global maritime community." Bulgaria's Deputy Prime Minister, Maria Gabriel, thanked the Indian Navy for its courageous operation, saying, and I'm quoting here, "I express my gratitude to the Indian Navy for the successful operation to rescue the hijacked vessel Ruen and its crew members, including 7 nationals. Thank you for support and great effort." Now, replying on behalf of India, the External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, said, "That is what friends are for." And with this operation, the Indian Navy has once again proven that it is, after all, the first responder in the Indian Ocean region. India is also the only reliable security provider in the region. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.